redoing the screens on the van today. Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Today, coming to you, and we're gonna replace some duct tape with Gorilla Tape. On the side here, which has lasted about 8 months, 9 months now on the rig, are the screens. And today I'm going to tear them off and redo them completely with Gorilla Tape. I had originally put Velcro up here, but with the Florida heat, that Velcro didn't last at all. So we're going to try some of this Gorilla Tape and give it a whirl, and we'll get back at you. Well, I think I'm going to put the actual tent inside of here and then tape it onto the inside, and then take these pieces off the sides here and actually tape them on the inside so you don't see any of the tape. On this side, guys, I agree with you, Velcro is amazing. About 10 pieces of Velcro are holding each one of these flexible solar panels on the roof. I did add a piece of tape across, just so that the wind wouldn't catch it. But this went from Clearwater, Florida to Louisiana, from Louisiana back to Florida, from Florida 4,500 miles to Portland, Maine, and back. Knock on wood, guys, but I haven't had any fails on this Velcro. Now, I must admit, every day when I get up and I come out, I do a walk around of this van. I make sure my tires are okay. I make sure that there's nothing under one of my tires. I check the 2 solar panels. I make sure that they're okay. I check the oil. I look under the hood. I check my solar setup on the side to make sure I'm getting enough voltage. And I'll also check my 2 circuit breakers and my 1 circuit breaker going to the solar panels to make sure they have not been tripped for any weird reasons. So, I mean, I'm a firm believer in checking your vehicle every day, and that's one of the things I do. So I have not had a failure in Velcro, but the Velcro I use to put those side tintings on failed immediately. I mean, within a week of having them on, the Florida heat just disintegrated that tape and with the goo on the back of the Velcro, and it wouldn't stick to anything after that. Those applications might work in other climates, but we reach over 100 degrees every day with humidity that is intense. So, but for some reason, they hold up great to hold the solar panels on the roof. Go figure. Well, it's coming along, looking a lot better. Getting it all tucked in and taped in from the inside. I think it's gonna look nice, guys. One side done. I think it was a success. Well, here's the inside. No tape anywhere. No tape on the top. Tape on the side here. One of the things I don't think I've showed anyone is little clock, date, alarm clock, tells the inside temperature and the humidity. I do have the air conditioning running in here. It's 3:49 and it's on August 27th, and I have it 86 degrees in the van with 57% humidity. But as you can tell, no tape. Screens are completely taped onto the inside. What I did is I pulled all this stuff out, tucked it in, taped it onto the interior part of this and on the inside over here. I popped these out, taped it to the inside, popped it all back in. I did that all the way around. So, bug proof. I like it. Now let's see if we can do it again on this side. It's the way it looked before. Not too bad, just a little duct tape up here. That's after the Velcro failed. Looking a little better. It's kind of how I'm tucking it in. I'm pulling these parts back. And behind here, putting a piece of tape on this, and I'm stuffing it in here, and then taping it along the back, and then I'll snap it all back together. Looking pretty good. All tucked in. No tape. I figured since I was right here, I'd explain our little sticker collection. First of all, we'll start with the Library of Congress. Then we actually have a total solar eclipse stamp. Savannah, Georgia. This is the controller for the Max Air fan, the wireless remote. Colonial Williamsburg. This is where we went to the Independence Hall. Outer Banks, OBX. Our first flight at Kitty Hawk. The Wright brothers. The U.S. Capitol tour we took. Virginia Beach, Boston, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland. Could not find a sticker for Philadelphia. And then there's us in Key West. Anytime Fitness, Route 17, Virginia. Us in Marathon, Sparky's. Camper Van Kevin when we were in Athens, Georgia. Our meetup. Portland, Maine. Headlight. Cape Elizabeth, Maine. The Lincoln Memorial. And my favorite, my Go-Go Gadget sticker. We also have a couple pins. Florida Cavern State Park. The Wright Brothers National Museum, and I think it's upside down. There we go. Then we have our New Orleans Jazz. In New Orleans, we have videos on New Orleans also, and Devil's Den, and the Devil's Mill Hop. If you haven't watched those videos, guys, check them out. If you haven't seen the inside of the rig, here you go. It's dirty because I'm working with Gorilla Tape and fixing the screens, but here you go. If you're wondering where we are today, we are coming to you from our storage facility. We do have a small 5x10 storage that we use as a locker or a big, large closet. Works very effectively. That way we have a place to store our kayaks, all our scuba gear, and snorkeling gear, life jackets, wetsuits, and extra clothes. while we're on the road. So we basically take what we need for the climate that we're going to be in. And that works pretty efficiently for us. There's Sheldon's tank. The finished product over here. This came out nicely. Better get back to work on the other side. It's a good thing that I'm done, because it sure looks like it's gonna rain. But the driver's side is done. I plan to drill a hole in the top of the van and put a grommet type system and run all 4 of those wires, 5 of those wires into the cab. Just haven't had time, you guys. We'd rather travel, but has to happen soon. There'll be a video on that, I'm sure. And look, this is the other side. No tape. All the tape is gone. Everything is tucked and taped from the inside like the other. Tucked into the bottom railing. Thanks for watching. I think both sides of the van look a lot nicer without the duct tape. I hope you can take some of these ideas and use them for yourself. I couldn't resist to grab my camera. Just parked here in the parking lot. Thought it looked pretty cool. Little Ghostbuster. Yeah. Pretty nifty.